Hey, welcome to the Fishnet. I'm Garrett Hallfish here with Alex Hartwig. Welcome to the next part of our E3 Impressions videos. This one, we're going to be talking about Sony, and by God, the most hype-worthy conference ever, in my opinion.
It had everything.
It had, oh my God, just to start at the beginning, the hype years in the making, something that people were hoping year after year and year. Last Guardian finally announced. Finally re-announced.
Finally shown again. Well,
Yeah.
they had like backroom demos as well, so they legitimately showed it. And basically, this, I would say the last one was not an announcement. This was an announcement. They probably were like, uh-oh. We don't have anything else besides what we showed. This was a mistake. What, it's like 3 years ago at this point?
Well, oh my God, well, it's like, I remember hearing, like, going on IGN, they talk about, like, there was only one guy there that had seen it. Andrew Goldfarb had seen it, and no one else had seen any gameplay, and he couldn't, like, he couldn't show anyone, like, yeah, no, it's real, it's amazing, but no one could understand. But, oh my God. I'm so happy.
Oh no, I was excited. It's awesome. I don't really know much about it, but considering how much I love, I mean, Eco is actually, or Ico, whatever you want to call it. I always did Eco.
No, Eco.
That was actually one of the very first games that I had like found for the PlayStation 2. I think it was one of the first ones that were like big. And it's exciting because then I've had like a connection with that and then Shadow of the Colossus, because I didn't play it as a kid. I watched my friends beat it, and then I played it much later. But it's just still, it's like I was just oh my god.
They just have such a great feel to them.
It's like, to me it's quiet. It builds within rather than inside of the game. It doesn't show a ton of stuff. You really just absorb and really make your own out of it. I think that's what makes it amazing.
It's like there's never really that much audio between them as far as like dialogue, but like they're always so expressive. I mean, even more so now because like the power of the PS4. Like, oh my God, the Last Guardian, he's so adorable. Like mix
the dog,
mix
bird,
a small dog
chicken.
with like a cat and a bird. Yeah, it's just like, because like, there's times where you just see him and like I guess he has horns, but no, it's like you see him, he's just like so excited to catch him.
As a dog, the dog,
and like oh my God, that one scene where like he lunges at him and he like tries to catch, but he misses, and you see the dog you see him keep trying to catch him with his mouth, and then he just swings the tail and catches him.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited. I will definitely be buying that.
Oh my God!
Whenever that comes out, like in 5 years.
Hey, they said 2016, and Shuei confirmed it is like 2016.
I have a feeling somebody was like, "You guys have to release this game."
Well, because apparently it's like like shortly after they revealed it a few years ago, and before it went quiet, they moved over to PS4 before we knew about the PS4, and so like I mean it kind of shows, because it looks so good. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I mean that actually wasn't my biggest surprise of the Sony conference, which is pretty amazing considering it's the Last Guardian.
I guess the only reason it was a surprise to me, and I'm glad they did it right at the beginning, get it out of the way, because just for like year after year, it was, Last Guardian.
You always wait.
There.
Yeah.
Last Guardian rumored to be there. Oh, it's not there. It's like, I like that they just got it out of the way and they showed like a good chunk, and it was.
I actually didn't think they were going to show any type of gameplay at all. So it was pretty awesome that they did.
No, it just
looks good. It looks a lot of fun.
Great. Like,
it reminds me of Eco, really.
Yeah. No, I'm so excited, but there's more games to go on.
There's tons.
Like the very next game, which brand new IP from Sony,
Oh, it's just keep going.
Oh, it was a brand new IP from Sony, but it oh my god, that it's from the people who made Killzone.
Yeah, Guerrilla Games.
But
They're awesome.
it's completely different.
It's way different, and it looks awesome. I loved it. I loved the trailer. I actually liked it more than any other game. Like, it was a new IP, and I was just like,
it's
oh
a
dear
new
God.
IP. We've got, like I said, Year of the Women.
Oh yeah.
Also Year of the Blind Women. But anyways, Year of the Women.
You could probably go with like, your Year of the Women. And then...
Year of the Women, just because like it's a really strong female protagonist. I love the trailer because
the trailer was
at first I was
sweet.
like, okay, it's post-apocalyptic, but people have gone back to kind of caveman ways because of that. And then like I didn't expect that all the animals are basically AI.
Yeah, what I think is, what I'm hoping is basically the robots destroyed. It's kind of like the Terminator 2 type thing. The robots came in, and now it's the humans' time to rise up, and it looks awesome.
I love how
I'm
how
excited.
natural the robots feel. Like they
They
seem
had like
real
animals, so it looks sweet.
You know, like the dichotomy between the fact that like
the colors
they're
too.
so that is like, but they're so new and like, but it feels so old because she has this sweet bow and arrow.
It looks awesome, and it was one of my biggest surprises of the show because I did not expect to see something like that.
Yeah.
I was expecting to see small titles, small announcements. I was expecting some new IPs, but nothing that really made me think, wow, this is incredible.
Well, even then, like with a new IP, I didn't expect more than a trailer. Like
it was a trailer. I think it's hard to say that it's gameplay yet, but considering where we are in gaming, you can probably say.
Well, it's like I don't know. It's like I don't know if it's just they added that little icon on the side just for show.
They
but
do
like,
that.
It just it looked like pretty.
It looks awesome.
Yeah,
So they did a good job, and I hope to see a lot more of that because I'm hyped.
So Sony knocking it out of the park.
Oh yeah.
Then
really quickly.
Yeah, right out of the gate. But then they go on to the Hitman.
And that was actually a pretty cool trailer. I liked it. It had some really cool things going for it. I thought it was kind of like a little short movie. I thought it was cool. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Hitman series.
Yeah.
I never got into it as much, but I did like that, and I thought, yeah, I might check it out. I might get it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I did like kind of what they had to say about it. I mean, it was like if you miss killing him, they're gone forever. You can have all these custom different contracts that you can set up, and like I don't know, it seems very ambitious, which I think is a good step for the Hitman franchise.
Yeah, they needed something.
Yeah, because it was.
But then again, they didn't really. I mean, it's not one of those games, in my opinion, that really.
It has its following.
Yeah, it has a following, but I think that they're like, yeah, stick to it, whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same with like Splinter Cell. Yeah. I've always thought those two had a lot of like.
Right. And then they showed off Street Fighter V as a PS4 exclusive.
It's still weird, but I guess you got to live with it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's gonna be weird for like the competitive gamers, because I mean, that's always been a thing. Street Fighter has always been like on the forefront.
Right.
For the competitive gaming, fighting games, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt. To be like, oh, we can only use this controller. Unless I guess you're using the Xbox One for the PC. Mm-hmm. But we'll see what happens, you know.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. It's exciting.
I was telling you earlier in the day that I don't find it too weird, just because I mean, how many versions of Street Fighter 4? I mean, they did
Turbo and
yeah, there's like, I mean, they have a 3DS
Ultra.
version. Before that, they had all like it just keeps getting reiterated.
We'll see.
So I don't know if it's like only like all of Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 5 will never be on another console, but Street Fighter 5
Super
Turbo. Now that will be on every console.
See, that's what I don't know with that one. But I guess it is this one is funded by Sony, so it could be.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then they go into No Man's Sky, which
I know you weren't too wowed by.
Well, just because from the first 2 times they showed it, I thought it was incredible. Like I love how shy the guy is because it's really endearing. That's kind of a weak point for me. But I don't know. It's like so he keeps explaining how there's like all these different implements to the game, but all they ever seem to show it's like here I am in space and I can fly to a planet and it's a different color than this planet. The first few times they showed it, they showed all these animals and all this stuff and like it looked beautiful. Whereas I don't know, it could have just been the planet he chose.
I think that might have been true. I want to give those types of titles the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Because it's ambitious, it's tough, it's a lot of stuff going on. And you can't really, if he's going to try to show gameplay and then do what he's doing,
right,
it's going to be hit or miss on what he's getting.
I guess the part that bummed me out most, so he first lands on the planet and he's like, of course, like we found one without any animals, which makes sense, but then like very shortly on in the demo, he comes across animals, but he doesn't pay attention. Well, not just fish, but like
and then he sees like a beaver or some weird thing.
Yeah, and he doesn't pay attention, and so you're like, oh, okay. And then he talks about how like you can take all your scans and take them to the beacon. Never goes to the beacon. So
I'm thinking he says that he only had 30 seconds to show it off. So I mean, you got
3 minutes.
Whatever, same thing. 30 seconds, 3 minutes.
Felt like 30 seconds.
But he didn't have that much time to really show it off. So.
I don't know. It's one of those things because originally he said like he didn't want to show it anymore unless there was something to show, and I didn't feel like there was something to show. That was new.
Well, I think there's progress that's been made.
Yeah.
You can literally see the universe that he was talking about.
And it's huge. It's super ambitious.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm excited. I would love to play it. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's not $60. I don't know if it would be.
Yeah, I guess I didn't like...
indie games aren't usually...
No, I guess they
traditionally they're
around 20,
30
25,
maybe would
30.
be the max.
Yeah. And I did like that like the planets are fully destructible.
Yeah,
because I'd like
to see cave diving and cave stuff.
Yeah, I want to see what's...
I'd love that, but I don't know if they do that.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to see Minecraft in a circular world, in a sense, because I'd love to be able to come out the back, out the end, or at least go to like magma, go around and like literally, it's a circle.
But yeah, and like he talks at the end that there's like trading, fighting, exploring, survival. All we've really seen is the exploring. I'd love to see.
I love exploring.
I know, but it's like I'd love to see trading, like interacting.
Oh
with
yeah, no,
people.
that I really want to see. I do want to see some trading. I want to see some. Want to go to different planets. I want there to be like a desire.
Right.
And that's the only thing that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be desire to go from another planet to the next because I'm too much of a homebody when it comes to games. Yeah. If I got a good thing going on, I want to finish it. I want to do everything I can.
Right.
So I need a good incentive to move on. You know, I don't want to miss something.
Right.
So I want to figure out what's going on. So we'll see how it ties in.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
Yeah,
lots of time to figure it out.
So we'll see. Maybe we'll see more when.
Hopefully they don't do another E3. That'll be way too much.
No, but I think next time we see it, it'll be when it's like about to come out.
Yeah.
But then we see Media Molecule's new game, Dreams, which
looked
interesting. Like, well, it's like it's a game I probably won't get, but. Like it seemed really inventive.
Yeah, it's interesting. I honestly have no clue how it's going to be. So I don't think it's going to sell well for one. I think maybe Little Big Planet sold enough for them to do ambitious, different games. I would love. Oddly enough, I'm thinking this is a test for something the next.
Right.
They want to see if they can use this for future projects. To me, it seems like a game you get as a kid on a computer.
Yeah.
And you use it for a little bit.
I mean,
I don't know what it is, honestly.
It's a very niche market.
It just looks like an art type of game that you don't really get very often in this day and age.
Yeah. That
sells well or is from a developer like that. So I have no clue. It looked kind of like mashed potatoes. Like mashed potato art. I don't know. But... it has really cool potential, but I think this is just a pit stop
Right.
for the next step, which I think might be some crazy thing that involves that, and also there are other things. So we'll see. Tearaway and Little Big Planet.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really like Tearaway. So I mean, we'll see. I don't even know what to say. But then I guess I was really happy this one ended up on stage, even if for just a little bit that it was. But Firewatch.
Oh yeah.
This great little indie game that it's voiced by one of the guys from Mad Men, but it's just there's so much personality. I love the art style. It's almost like Pixar.
Yeah, it has it's smooth.
Right, and I really like
matte.
I really like how it looks. I really like how it sounds. The new trailer's cool. It kind of gives you more of the story.
It's a little more tension.
Yeah, there's this adorable turtle that he was holding at one point. I love turtles. But no, it's just that's a game since IGN revealed it a couple months ago and showed 17 minutes of it. I was in love.
Oh yeah.
And it just grabbed me, and I'm glad to finally know a little more about it. Just in that little snippet.
It looks stellar. I'm excited for it. Don't know too much. I just wanna play it.
Yeah. And then our favorite game, Destiny, new expansion.
Destiny. In my opinion, it should be called Disappointment.
Disappointment?
Disappointment.
Not just dentist appointment?
Dentist appointment. No, I'm not excited about it. Everyone had a feeling something like that would be revealed. Mm-hmm. It was revealed. I'm fine. I'm okay with it. It grabs their market. Well, I mean, okay, good for the Destiny fans.
Yeah.
I was very, very disappointed by Destiny.
I
still own it. I may go back to it one day. I highly doubt it. It does. Yeah. There's nothing that really grabs me.
Yeah, but it's they have 10 million people playing that, 20 million.
I have no clue. Lots.
I know there's still tons, which surprises me, but I understand why they put that in there. I mean, one thing I did find cool is their new variation on the weapons. So they showed off a bow, a hammer. This guy was shooting electricity, so maybe spells or whatever. I don't know. That part seemed cool because it wasn't just guns.
I just kind of was. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I don't care about this game no more. You hyped it up so much before. I thought it was going to be the greatest game ever, and you failed me. That's how I feel.
And so the lack of emotion continued with Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Yeah. I think I looked at it and nodded to myself alone in a room.
I like that they showed off playing as a woman.
Yeah, they showed that off.
Well, just because they talked about last game where people were wondering why, and they're like, because we can't animate a woman. I'm like, okay, you have multiple...
Spoiler alert, it's not that difficult.
Well, I was saying, in multiplayer, they had women for years.
Yeah.
So it was total BS. But yeah, I mean, it seemed like Assassin's Creed.
I mean, for those fans, they love it.
Yeah.
Buy it, maybe, if you like that.
This is where we start getting back to some surprises. World of Final Fantasy.
Don't know what that was. Could be cool. I don't know. It reminded me of that Final Fantasy music game that I was also very confused by and thought was going to be exciting, and it was just a music game. So we'll find out what that is.
What I thought was cool is they talk about how you can change between that chibi art style and the regular bigger form. So I'm curious to see what kind of mechanics that get. Otherwise, I have no idea. Just it looks adorable.
Could be cool.
I'm not a huge Final Fantasy guy, but
I mean, I like Final Fantasy. I just don't know where that's going.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is always up in the air with me. Yeah. It's it can be really good or it can be real bad.
But you know where this one's going?
Oh yeah, I do.
Final Fantasy VII. This one surprised me.
It surprised me too, and I was hyped. I was in my pants. I think I got naked in front of the TV.
Last time I played this was when it first came out, and I was really young, and it wasn't even me playing. I was watching my friend's father playing it, and
cross generations.
Yeah. But oh my god, the reason this surprised me is because last year, the director came out and announced, they're like, we know you guys have been wanting Final Fantasy on the PS4, so we're bringing you Final Fantasy VII on the PS4, and they show the trailer, and it's the port of the original one that's on PC now. And that was it, and everyone was pissed. And I was just like, I guess that's to shut them up.
I like that. I mean, I still thought it was like, oh, okay, you have you've got something. I mean, I haven't played it since I was a little kid. I was a little too young to really understand it when it was really, really exciting.
Yeah.
I watched my friend play like 90% of it, but I never could really get into it. And then when I did have the chance, I just didn't.
Yeah.
So I've been tempted always to get the port or all those little remasterings, but it's slight.
Yeah.
But the remake, I'm gonna buy it.
That's why I'm perfectly happy with
I
this.
really hope.
It's like I feel like they might have just put that out last year as a troll, or just because like they know that it'll be, like it'll
sell well.
This could just be like that far away. But
I'm nervous though.
That was.
I'm still very nervous. I'm super excited, but I really hope when they say it's a remastering, it's a legit remastering, straight up, nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't want them to fluff it with anything. It's a game that
it's pretty
is
big to
meant
begin with.
to take time.
Yeah.
That's it. They need to know that, and I mean they understand it's a JRPG classic. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that they kind of realize that there's no reasons to speed up anything, because I'm scared that they will.
Yeah.
Because recently they've been pushing for a little faster pace on the time-based mechanics. What the staple of the JRPG. I'm hoping they stick to very slow, and you get a pick. But you can be quick if you want. But I don't want to be rushed. I don't want any of that. I hope it's a straight, legit remastering. Then I would be in love. Bring all my old friends back. Playing it.
But then this is how perfectly crafted this was, because they pumped you up again. They pumped you up at the beginning. They pumped you up just now. They bring it back down a little bit, showing you some smaller games that Devolver Digital is bringing.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool.
But then, they were great, but then nothing compared to Shenmue 3 right afterwards.
Now that was the surprise. That actually was probably the game.
That was even more surprising.
That was my surprise of the whole E3, and probably the biggest surprise for me in the past couple of years.
Because between those three games, Last Guardian, Final Fantasy VII, and Shenmue 3 have been jokingly rumored for so many years now.
I thought Shenmue was done.
Yeah,
I thought
Shenmue only exists on Dreamcast.
No. They released it later on the Sony. Yeah, Sony PlayStation 1.
They did?
Yeah, the second one.
Oh, the second one. Okay, because after
there is a number 2. You know?
I know, but it's like after
or was it
seeing
on
this,
PlayStation 2?
I really want to go back and play 1 and 2.
You probably can somehow.
Well, yeah, I'll find a way, but. I'm really hoping that or even one of their Kickstarter goals, because this is a Kickstarter game, by the way, even though
I was listening to an interview, and what makes a lot of sense is basically a Kickstarter is going to get developers and people interested.
Right.
The Kickstarter is basically to say, there's a big crowd that wants us. We are in demand. You'll want to invest in this. You understand? Considering it's the fastest Kickstarter ever.
Well, then, not long after, Sony announced, we're funding this.
Yeah.
We're getting this made.
That's what, basically, it was a test.
Yeah.
To see how much interest is in it. There was a ton.
Oh my
God. I think that was basically... Sony was just like, okay, show us what you can do.
Right.
Hopefully, it doesn't bring Kickstarter in the front run to basically be like this kind of thing. Right. I don't want it to be a staple just to be like, oh yeah, we can. Not only are we putting in money to buy the game, we have to put money into the game's development. I mean, that's not right most of the time, but this was an exception I was willing to make.
Yeah, and but like, I don't know. I hope that this also means that I don't know how likely this is, but whether through PS Now or in just some really simple port, they at least bring the first two. They don't have to remaster them.
They'll probably
because they're probably huge. I mean, they're probably too big or like I don't know.
They're insane.
But I would like them to at least try to like port them so that like you've got time to like try to get through those games before Shenmue 3 even comes out. Because if it's just being created now, we've got time.
Hype.
But like it's going to be hard to get people into. It can get more people into it.
I'm excited.
If you, it's wow,
it's crazy to me.
And then all right, so then they show Batman: Arkham Knight, a new trailer, which I actually really like this trailer.
I thought it was all right. I wasn't a big fan.
It was a little spoiler for people, like if people hadn't beaten Arkham City.
That's a huge spoiler, actually.
But the part that I enjoyed most is that they showed you playing a cop before Gotham even fell.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought was really cool. It was a complete, like, rather than third person, it was a first person. You were a cop.
I was very confused.
There were like that's what I didn't even.
I thought there was another Gotham City imposters. What was that?
No, I thought this was going to be like a new game in the same universe. But no, it's just like I just like the different perspective of like finally seeing people in Gotham, and so I don't know how big of a part it is, but like that's why I enjoyed it.
I think the series needs a little bit of something new.
Yeah,
that's it really.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for Batman. It comes out next week or so.
Not long.
And then they showed Project Morpheus.
Yeah, very short, quickly, just kind of a taste of nothing.
Yeah, which I don't know what that means for it. I mean,
I think you can't. Like I was saying about the HoloLens, you can't see.
Yeah.
You can't. Your perception on the TV is way different than if you have that on your face.
Right.
Way different. That's all I have to say, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they kind of didn't show much because I think
the one thing I would have liked is I liked how they presented it, where it's just like here's like quick snippets of the games because like. But I think they could have, like maybe if there were different games than what we've already seen.
Oh, you mean like show things?
Show new things for it.
I mean,
that's the one thing I would have hoped for, but I like that they didn't delve too much because otherwise, like, here's a guy on stage.
Yes. And we've seen that before.
Yeah, they need to, like, VR in general, they need to find a way to get people to be able to test it. I don't know if you do the Nintendo thing where it's like, oh, certain Best Buys or certain malls.
Certain breast buys.
Yeah, Breast Buys. It's you know where you get.
You know where those are.
Yeah. But yeah, and then you didn't seem too excited about this next reveal, but I enjoyed it. PlayStation View.
Well, no, I just don't know if it's just going to be limited. So very limiting.
If you haven't seen it, basically PlayStation View is a subscription-based service for watching TV. It's very similar to the also relatively new Sling TV, where you buy individual channels.
Well, do you literally just buy one channel on View? Do you just buy one channel, or is it the package that Showtime basically gives you a package of content that you can watch in any order?
I'm not sure about that much.
They
said subscribe to individual channels without packaging.
Well, that's what I saw too, but I just didn't know if that meant.
I think because a lot of these things are trying to get rid of.
Oh, I know
get people to cut the cable, and so
I'm surprised. I was honestly anticipating Microsoft to do
because Sling TV allows you to watch live TV, but only like for certain channels, so you don't have to buy 40 sports channels to get Disney Channel or something like that.
Is that what you would buy? Just the Disney Channel?
Disney original movies.
I don't think I haven't seen one in like 50 years.
I know. I think the last one.
That's also an exaggeration. So.
I'm trying to think of the last one I saw.
I think the last one I might have seen was The Luck of the Irish.
No. Problem is I can't.
My Date with the President's Daughter. Come on, man. Halloween Town.
Halloween Town. Halloween Town High.
Whatever. That one with the weird house.
Oh yeah, where the I don't remember what. There was the one with the
Party house.
There was the one with
house party.
blind Phil of the Future as a drummer. And
I don't remember.
There was one where
I think you might just be.
There was a lot with Phil of the Future where he made like a cyber girlfriend and he had a cyber cat.
You're thinking of like the ones that would come out like last week or something.
Yeah.
Last year.
Anyways, moving on. This is the one that really surprised me. Not interested in the game at all. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Sorry, Black Ops 3, not Black Ops 3.
Now I'm interested.
This one surprised me just because it was absent from Microsoft. Didn't even realize it until this point. That
I forgot it even existed.
Activision, who like historically had always been with Microsoft, is now teamed up with Sony.
I was actually very confused for a second because I was like, oh man, this Call of Duty is a franchise? Because I forgot that they even did anything like that. It was weird because for one, Activision,
Yeah.
absent. Where the hell was Activision during this whole show?
Yeah.
I didn't see much.
I don't know. Like,
Very surprised by that
I
fact.
feel like this was the off of my memory. I feel like this was the only Activision game
That's all I thought
Yeah.
as well. There's probably smaller ones that we didn't know. But anyways, Call of Duty, I'm good for Sony to get that
Yeah.
grab. I think that my guess is that the contract was up,
Mm-hmm.
or they do like a renewal every series
Yeah.
for this type of thing.
If that's
and then
the
it
ca-
was up for grabs, and Sony was like, "Hey, you actually want us because we
Are selling a
have
lot
better, we have better sales."
more? Yeah.
And they were just like, "Well,
Yeah.
take it."
I mean, they'll go where the money is.
Yeah, I don't know. I also think that they're not selling as well as they used to.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's definitely plateauing. I mean, the same people are buying it.
Yeah, it's
They're not getting many
we'll
new
see,
people.
We'll see.
And then, so then they revealed the game, which I felt like was in there only because Disney was probably like, hey, if you want this next
I
reveal,
was so hyped.
you got to reveal this.
I was so hyped.
Disney Infinity 3.0
I was so hyped.
with the Star Wars new set. They hyped it to, like, they were about to show more Battlefront, and then they showed Disney Infinity.
Yeah, I was so.
And the
bummed.
guy,
I was so bummed.
bless his heart, was just like,
He was hyping everyone.
He was trying to hype
He was
everyone
hyping
up.
everyone up.
I mean, to be fair, like, I'm not super interested in Disney Infinity, but I
I'm
thought,
not.
like, the gameplay looked pretty fun for this one. Like, just, I mean, probably because it was Star Wars.
Well, I was gonna say it's probably because it's on a new generation of consoles.
Yeah. So that was that. But then they revealed, I guess not revealed, but they showed more of Star Wars Battlefront.
That looked good. Like,
this-
but I've already.
What I liked about this one is they showed a glimpse of, like, I guess, kind of what the mission's gonna feel like, because they had the guy.
Akbar.
Yeah, they had him in the corner, like, giving you your mission.
Admiral Akbar. He was cool. I was like, man, he looked so good too.
Yeah, my one worry is that, like, I'm worried that their storytelling will be too similar to Destiny's storytelling,
I don't think so.
where
gonna
it's
be way
just
different.
exposition.
It's gonna be different.
Yeah,
Well, how can it be exposition when the story's already existing? Like like everyone knows.
Well, I know, but it's like
It's gonna really they can literally go
Like
into a battlefield that actually happened in a movie.
I know, but like Destiny was really. Yeah, they can
was
do
the
that, but I was like
Vegas
Destiny. Yeah, it was
thing.
Vegas. Was like there are bad people, and we are not the bad people.
Well,
and
I
you
think
are
they're-
going to stop the bad people.
I think because it's
they are
an established series, you don't do that.
Yeah,
you
but
won't,
it
you
was-
don't have to do anything like that.
I mean, I'm only worried just because the only clip they sounded was like, "All right, you need to go fight these guys," and then he stopped talking.
Okay, no, that there was the vagueness in like instructions. Yes,
Yeah.
that was terrible. But I love the visuals were great.
Yeah,
Still looks like a first-person shooter.
Still, yeah, but I still love those fire
Oh, yeah, no,
explosions.
that's
That's still my favorite part.
I loved they threw like a weird grenade and it did like.
But then closing the show, not a surprise at all, really. But I just love that they showed more, just because you and I both really like this game, Uncharted 4.
Actually, that looked
We finally get finally get a glimpse of what old Sully looks like, because I guess everyone's a little older.
Actually, what's funny is I was so curious. I was like, he's gonna look ancient. He looks pretty good, actually. He looks better than most.
I was like, because everyone looks kind of different because they have the ability.
You mean the two?
No, I guess
everybody looks way different. Like that one guy who was selling oranges, he looked way different than when he did in Uncharted 1.
Yeah, but no, it's like so far, because Nathan looks very different from that he did in the other three.
He does. He looks good.
He feels like Drake, but he looks really different. Yeah. Sully feels like Sully. He looks really different, but it looks really good.
He still looks like Firefly Nathan Fillion. Yeah, it has that look.
Yeah, and then I remember like last year when they showed Uncharted 4. They had the same problem where he glitched out of the world.
Oh yeah,
and I thought that was great. And it happened again this year.
Where he's just standing.
And I still thought it was great.
I loved it because I could look around and I could see it.
It was probably just because it was probably more of a controller issue.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But either way, it shows that was live game footage.
Oh, yeah, it was so good.
It wasn't something they had pre-recorded. It was happening live. They didn't have a guy on the stage doing it. And so it just gave me Naughty Dog is they love this game. They want to show you they're putting they're basically showing their hand. Just
I love it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Showing all the faults. They had to restart it.
I was surprised.
And I
was surprised because sometimes they pre-record those things.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. Maybe they pre-recorded that and put it in. I doubt it, but
no.
Because you don't want to do that. That shows lack of knowing what to do.
Yeah, but
it looked incredible.
Oh my god, there's so many people that are hustling and bustling. The more destructive environments, that was really cool because
everything was blowing up.
Everything.
Oh my god, my favorite thing, the whole thing that blew my mind, and I was staring at it and I was just like, oh my god. He was behind a sack of, I don't know, rice, potatoes, something.
Oh yeah.
And they were each individual hit from a bullet made it move slightly, and I was just like, I'm amazed.
Yeah,
it looked so good. I have not been excited for physics as much as I am for this because it looks really well done. It looks so good.
They're putting so much
going on. Yeah, just so much detail, so much going on. That ginormous truck thing, the turret.
Yeah, well,
it's just running through, but that's only a small part of all this ginormous thing that's going on. Uncharted, Naughty Dog, you always do a fantastic job, and I'm always grateful to play these games because of how much fun and wild it is, and how intense, and I get engrossed into it.
Yeah, and Naughty Dog has a hell of a track record.
They do, and I think I've said this before. I don't know if it was to you or to someone else, but I've said that Naughty Dog is similar in a sense to Rare used to be. They had such a fantastic track record.
Yeah.
But they lost it. I mean, Naughty Dog may one day do it, but their track record is just fantastic. Rare used to have that. When I was younger, Rare, I would always say, "Oh, Rare game's coming out. This game's going to be amazing." So, Naughty Dog.
So far, it's Naughty Dog. They started with Crash, and all of their Crash games were good games.
Oh yeah.
And then
I owned most of them.
Yeah, and then they did Jak and Daxter, and I like the first one the most, but you can really see them evolving. Where they're going more towards storytelling, and those were all fantastic games. And then all the Uncharted games, and then Last of Us was incredible.
God, The Last of Us was easily one of the best things I've ever played.
It's one of the best games ever.
It really it's because of the storytelling that makes it. But then, not just that, the gameplay is absolutely solid and well put together. It is it has flaws, but it's damn near close to being flawless.
But if Naughty Dog keeps going like this.
I don't really know how far they can go.
I have no idea. They could just keep going. I honestly the fact that all the way since the original PlayStation, they've been hitting this home run after home run after home run.
They've been very impressive.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really it.
That was good. A good way to end for Sony. Though I am surprised They did not show God of War, which surprised me because I swore, I was like going to put money on it.
Yeah.
That they were going to announce God of War 4. I was willing to put money on it. They did not.
But
that was a big surprise.
Although, I mean, so I know Sony is really big at Gamescom. They're really big at TGS. I mean, it won't be at TGS probably, but like they're really big at TGS. They now have their PlayStation Experience. They have 3 big events where they always reveal games.
I know, but historically, historically, the big titles have been at E3. It's always been like, I mean, Last of Us was announced. God of War 3 was announced.
Yeah.
Uncharted was announced. And any of the big Sony, you know.
I wonder if it's just because they basically
maybe
there are too many rumors to like finally like.
Yeah, they can't put all of their chips into one basket. I don't know if that is
all their chips.
Chips? I said chips. That's great. I like that.
Chips.
All their chips in one basket.
Tostitos or
Doritos.
Doritos. All their Doritos in one basket.
Tostinos.
Yeah.
Tostinos pizza rolls.
Toasty. I don't even know. Anyway, so all right, one word to describe Sony. That's my word. Just because I
would just say fun.
Yeah.
Because that was fun to watch. I wanted to keep going. That's why I said I was surprised they didn't show God of War because I wanted them to.
Yeah, that was
very, very seldomly do I want them to want continuing. It's not the only only conference that I thought should have been a little longer.
Yeah.
But that was short for a different reason.
Yeah, the Sony knocking it out of the park. Oh my God! Like. Well, anyways, that's it for our Sony impressions. We loved it here. Please follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Fishnet Talk. Next time, we'll be talking about Nintendo, talking about their conference, see what we hear about them.
Nintendo.
Next time.
What was that noise? I thought that lady was trying to like cry.
Oh, I have no idea.
I thought the lady below us was pissed that we were talking.
You guys keep talking about video games. I haven't watched the E3 trailers yet.
Oh, that's funny. That'd be weird.